Hey guys, my name is Jared Schoonmaker. This is Magnetic Men's Club. I hope everyone's having an amazing day. I have a question for you. Have you ever broken up with somebody and you felt like your time was wasted? You felt like the relationship was a waste of time. You felt like that circumstance that you didn't really learn anything from that relationship. The second question is, have you ever been confronted or told by somebody, typically a female, first date, through a text, second date, whatever, that she doesn't want to waste her time? So the whole idea of this video is this construct that we come up with that any relationship that doesn't result in marriage or kids is a waste of time. And the second idea is I can't waste, as a man or even as a woman, you can't waste somebody else's time. It's not possible. I can sit here for 20 minutes on this camera and say 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 for 20 straight minutes. And if you decide to watch all 20 minutes of that, I didn't waste your time. It's an agreement. You entered into this agreement to watch me for 20 minutes saying 1. It might feel like I wasted your time, but you had to agree to it as well. So all relationships that end without the possibility of marriage, maybe even end in divorce, the idea that your time was wasted by somebody else is complete false. They cannot waste your time. And so if you have gone out on a date, because I have many a times, and I've listened to women typically in their 30s and 40s tell me that they're not looking for players, they're not looking to have their time wasted. Listening to their stories of their exes and how they wasted their time, I'm often reminded that I needed to do a video like this to help women and men understand that that's just not possible. Women in their 30s who aren't married yet, who don't have children, and they're in the dating market, the ones that are saying this, I don't want to waste my time, men, you have to understand, their biological clock is ticking. They have fewer and fewer eggs. They're getting a little bit older. It gets a little bit more dangerous to have children. And so they're out specifically looking for somebody to be a father to their kids, not typically a husband. Yes, they want the husband, but they want children. And in order to have children, they're looking for mates who make good money, who are going to be good providers, who are going to be more of a safe bet. If they're doing this in their early 30s to 40s, chances are they made a lot of mistakes or they didn't plan in their 20s, and because it's their lack of planning isn't your responsibility. Because they didn't plan accordingly, because maybe they decided their career was more important than having children. That they always thought that their value was going to be so high, their value was going to be evergreen for so long, that they have time to lock down this high value man. They have time to find the man that they want to marry. And as they get older, they realize the men that they want are either already married or don't want them. So they start looking for the next best thing. And guys, I hate to tell you this, if you're in a relationship with a girl who's in her 30s and who's never been married, who doesn't have kids, you're not her first pick. You're not her first choice. She's been through other relationships in the past. This isn't her first rodeo. She's had opportunities in the past to get married, to have children. She decided those guys, or those guys have decided that that's not a path they wanted to go down. But she made a decision to not get married to those guys. It could have been a decision where she was still going into school. It could have been a decision where she wanted to see what else was out there. They're always really good at, oh, I have this great guy, but I can do better. They always have this thought that they can keep doing better. In reality, they get to a certain age and a lot of their prospects dry up. So the whole idea, when a woman tells you this, when she says, I don't want to waste my time, it should be a red flag to you, especially if she's in her 30s without kids, who's never been married. It should be a red flag to you that you're going to be a really cool placeholder for the guy she really wanted, but your second choice, maybe third choice. And I need this guy to tick a box to say I'm married. I need this guy to give me kids. I need this guy to provide for me and my children. I need this guy to basically be a beta male bitch. That's what it's saying. And you don't have to agree to those. Oftentimes when I'm coaching guys who maybe they've gone on a date, maybe they've been dating somebody for a couple months, and they come to me and say, she's been bringing up the idea of marriage a lot. She's asking me, where's this going? And I'm just not ready. I'm like, I'm having a good time with her. I'm getting to know her, but I feel like there's this pressure that I need to do more. That's because it's her clock that's ticking. She's pushing you. She's pushing you because, again, her failure to plan, she's mapping it on you, that you need to do something and you don't need to save her. Men, you don't need to save these types of women. They are exactly where they are in their life because of the decisions they've made. Good or bad, but that's where they're at. Now, if you want to get married, if you want to have children, if this is a girl who you're compatible with, then what is the rush of marriage? Get to know her. Have a strong frame. Tell her, hey, at some point I would love to marry you, but I want to wait at least a year or two before that happens. See what she says. Sometimes women are so focused on what they want, they don't really care what you want. And you're just that placeholder. You're just the person. Have that strong frame. Have that strong boundary. Don't just comply with what she wants. Because at the end of the day, once she gets those things and she realizes and you realize you guys don't even know each other, you're going to get into a position where could be a divorce happening, could be there's incompatibility between you that was always there, but you decided to cut your own frame to appease her. And now you're in this relationship, you're in this marriage where you're going to have to pay a lot of money to exit. And what did you do? You did that for nothing. You absolutely did that for nothing because you didn't take the time to vet her. You didn't take the time to get to know her. You didn't take the time to really see if you guys are in alignment. So really be careful when a woman says, I don't want to waste my time. What they really mean is, I don't want to waste my attention. I don't want to waste the attention that I could be giving some other guy that I'm giving you in the hopes that you will comply, that you do want these things. I could be focusing my attention on somebody else who will give me these things or possibly could give me these things. Map it out, audit all of your relationships. It's not the fact that you were mad that you felt like your time was wasted. You were really upset that your attention was wasted. And in both of those scenarios, it was a choice that you voluntarily had to enter. You wasted your attention and you wasted your time, but you did it. This other person couldn't make you do it. Understand that. The other side of this that you have to understand is, if you're out there as a man dating and you just want to casually date, you're not looking for anything super serious, you're definitely not looking for marriage right away, you're not looking for kids, there's nothing wrong when she brings this up to have an open dialogue to say, listen, I understand that these are some of the things you want, and I may want them someday, but I am certainly not on your time schedule. I'm not mapping to when you want these things. Now, I would love to get to know you. I'd love to date you. I am open to those things in the future, but there's not a binary number. There's not a number specific like next year we'll get married. 6 months after that we'll have a kid. If you're not interested in those things, be open with her and say, someday I want to get married. I don't know if it's with you. I don't know if it's somebody else. I just met you. It's completely fine to give her your frame, to let her know, these are things that I'm not interested at this point. I could be in the future, but not right now. If she agrees to those terms and still wants to date you and still wants to see where it goes, then you have no guilt. You are open with her. Now, if you're just trying to get laid, if you're just trying to get your dick wet, and you're lying to her, saying, yeah, I definitely want all these things, these are awesome, and then you get what you want, and then you ghost her, this is what gives men bad names. This is what gets those nice guys. They say whatever they want, whatever they can, just to get something from a woman. Well, then yes, in one idea, you could be wasting her time because you're lying to her. She's entering into this based on a lie. So there is an idea where you could be wasting her time, but 9 times out of 10, she still has to enter into that relationship and agree. So what I don't want you men to do is go out there and lie to these women. If you're just out there looking to have a good time, tell them that. Say, look, I'm just out trying to live my life. I just got out of divorce, whatever it is. Just let them know. There's a lot of women that will sign up for that and say, cool, yeah, I don't really want a relationship. Maybe they're going through something and they just want sex buddies. They're completely fine with that. Just be open. It's clean. I hope this video makes sense. If you found value in this video, please hit like, hit subscribe. There's a ton of you guys that watch my videos, but you're not subscribed yet. Help the algorithm, help the channel grow. Burn a calorie, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon. With that, my name is Jared Schoonmaker, and we'll talk soon. Thanks.